Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. I'm going to back up just a tiny bit there. Today we are doing Watercolor Wednesday. You can, if you are playing along, do hashtag Watercolor Wednesday, you know, like all in lowercase. The only thing with that is on Instagram and other places is there's other people doing Watercolor Wednesday in different ways. Not that that matters. It's still Watercolor Wednesday, and you can you know, definitely put the hashtag if you want it to be easier for everybody to find. I keep forgetting to say that about the hashtag. I'm not a very good hashtag person. So anyhow, if you want to do that, then more people that are doing Watercolor Wednesdays, no matter what kind, can find you. But a lot of people are doing them with other YouTube channels or whatever. I didn't even realize that it was a thing. I just was like, oh, we'll do it on Wednesday. It'll be called Watercolor Wednesday. Like, that's how good I am. I didn't even like check to see if... Yeah, so then when I did think about using the hashtag, I was like, oh, there's lots of people that already do like a type of Watercolor Wednesday. So anyhow, doesn't matter. You can definitely put that, and it does make it easier to find. So if you were wondering about that. All right, so I have an 8 round Arteza brush, and we are going to do cactus today, or cacti, however you may like to say it. My sister showed me the coolest. She went to visit her daughter in Arizona, and they have prickly pear cactus, which I've known about forever. But they're purple, and some parts even almost go into a pink. I don't know, they're really cool. So I thought we would just try our hand at that. She showed me pictures, and then I looked up pictures, and yeah, so I just thought that might be kind of a fun little project to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is just spray a tiny bit of water here, and I kind of went out of the lines, which was probably bad because I don't want to do that. I kind of sketched a little bit what I wanted because I've never done cactus before, so we're going to just see what we get. I have mixed some paint. I have this blue greenish type color, and that is from mixing, and I don't know what my colors are exactly. It's kind of like an emeraldish green, some navy blue, and I'm sorry, I don't know the names of the colors, and like some violet. And that's how I got that particular color. Now I need a little more green, I think. And that's what you do. You just keep playing around with those 3 colors until you get kind of a gray, green, blue, gray, green color that you like. Of course, you can make yours more green or more violet or whatever you like. No worries. Add a little more water to that. And that looks pretty good to me because they're kind of a blue, gray, I don't know, very pretty, very, very, very pretty. So I'm just going to kind of put some color down in here, and we shall see what we get. And some of it I'm just going to let kind of bleed in there and flow around to its heart's desire. But we do want to get kind of around the edge a little bit, except I'm going to leave a little space at the top because we're going to add the purple there. That's kind of what it does. The purple's sort of like at the top part of it. I mean, some of them turn completely purple, but I wanted mine to have a little bit of this. I like this green color. I'm just going to do a little spritz here. And of course, you do not have to do this kind of cactus. You don't even have to do cactus. You can do anything you want for Watercolor Wednesday. My friend Darcy has been playing along, and she does just whatever, you know, whatever watercolor type thing she desires, and that's awesome. It's just about using it and practicing with it and trying some new things out. That's really all we're doing. Just seeing what we come up with, right? I need to fix this. I'll fix that with the purple, I think. So now I'm going to bring in some just water here. I probably should have done this instead of spraying in the first place, so that you get your edge. Because if you paint the plain water on, you'll get a cleaner edge than you're going to get, obviously, if you spray, because you're spraying the water all over the place, so it doesn't stay in one place. I'm just going to kind of put some purple in wherever I feel like it, but mostly at the top, because that's sort of how they seem to start turning purple, is like top down kind of thing. Or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe they're turning green. I don't know. I don't live in an area that has, I mean, we have some tiny little prickly pear cactuses sometimes when you go out on a hike or something, but nothing very big and colorful. They're pretty, you know, regular, generic sort of looking prickly pears. But these are super cool. I didn't even know they came in this purpley color. There's all kinds of colors of cactus. Pretty cool things. I lived in the desert, but it was mountainous, and so we just mostly had pine and that, and sagebrush, of course. Don't forget the sagebrush. So, but not so much of the cool, like, big cactus or anything like that. Saguaro cactus, is that what they're called? I don't even know. But anyway, very fun. And my sister had a picture that she took of them, and they are so cool. So I was like, that would be a great thing for Watercolor Wednesday. Do some cacti. You can leave some white space. That's always a good thing. Oops. And they're kind of like flower petals sort of shape, because they're sort of oval, but you know, one end like hooks into the other piece of cactus or whatever, so they're not perfect ovals. They're almost more like maybe an egg sort of shape. So how y'all doing? I didn't even ask that. I just got blah blah me. So yeah, sorry. How are you guys doing? I'm doing good. Happy 4th of July to those who celebrate. You'll see this video the day after the 4th of July. I don't think I'm gonna get a video done for the 4th, so apologize about that. Just a little crazy around here. At the moment, like I said, my husband and I were painting the porch, which I didn't help with today because I went and got my hair cut, but yeah, we just had stuff going on that takes time. Okay, so I am putting a flower right here, and I don't even know if you guys can see it. It's just sort of sketched in, nothing concrete, but I'm leaving some room for that, and I like the way that is going up in there. It looks cool. So yeah, I hope you had a good one if you celebrate and stayed safe from all the crazy fireworks if you have them in your area like we do, where anybody can light off fireworks. It's sort of insane, and it is insane, let me tell you. Like, it's like a war zone. It used to be more fun when we first moved here because there weren't as many people, but now I really feel like it's just too many people for it, but nobody asked me, so. Because it used to stay pretty calm and under control for the most part. My sister's neighborhood's always been kind of crazy, but just more people in it. But now we are right up there with her in the craziness. Way too many people. You can tell I'm a small town girl. Yeesh. I get completely overwhelmed with it. And sometimes they get just like the edges kind of purpley or pink, and the centers are still the green. I don't know, it's really cool. I just like playing with the watercolor and seeing what it does. Easily entertained. Just give me water and color and be happy for days. don't know why I didn't start watercoloring sooner. I've always been a little intimidated by it. It is sort of a tricky one, really. But if you just play around with it, it's surprising what you can get away with. I think the doodling helps, honestly. But yeah, it is fairly forgiving. Okay. So yeah, basically just ovally pear shape little growths. I think I might do this one mostly in the purpley color. We might add just a little bit of pink to it. And of course, if you're doing this and you want to, you can make them, you know, I don't know, whatever color. You could make every little section a different color. It doesn't matter. They look really cool if they're just sort of lots of colors. I might just put a teeny bit of this green over here. But they do kind of go from that a little bit more, like I said, pink and purple. Some of them are mostly just the green and purple. I don't know if it depends on, I think I read something that it's how much water they're getting. So like the more water they're getting, the more purple they are, as opposed, I guess the more color they get, the drier it is. Or that means that it's drier, the drought times they get more color. I think that's what I read. That went right up against the tape. I was hoping I would get the oval more. But they are pretty interesting. That got bungled up over there. But hopefully with some doodles, it'll be all right. We'll do some more squigglies and things. See if that works it out a little. Excuse my son, sorry. Boys. Belch it out anywhere. This is very relaxing. That is one thing I can for sure say about watercolors. If you're feeling stressed, and don't make it anything complicated if you're feeling stressed, but just do circles or something. It's just very zen, I'm telling you. Very relaxing. Sorry I keep turning, but I can't like get my arm to go some of those directions. Just the way it is. Okay. That's dry enough up there. You want to make sure when you do, obviously, the flower that it's dry enough. I think I'm going to have to... No, did I get... I think I got purple right there. Okay, so I'm going to take kind of some greenish yellow color here. Just a mixture of that same emerald, or actually I think I put even just a little bit of this into just yellow, and so that we can get kind of our center going. And I don't really know exactly what these look like, just from, you know, looking online at images of them. So I'm just winging it. It'll be a flower of some kind. I'm not making any promises, but add just a little more here. But it's kind of crazy that they have them with the green flowers, or green. I saw the green in the center. The yellow or pink, kind of rosy colored flowers. But these are the ones my sister saw, was with the yellow flowers. It seems like a sort of crazy combination, but I mean, you know, on the color wheel, purple and yellow are, what do you call that? They're like across from each other, so they're good together, I think, is how they determine that. And if you want, you know, a true representation of what these flowers look like, they're sort of like multi-layered poppies is what they sort of remind me of. But feel free to obviously get yourself a, you know, something to look at when you're painting them, because that's always the best way to do it. I mean, I looked at them, but I'm just kind of winging it. Probably gonna have to go back in after and do some erasing of some of the pencil lines, but that's okay. Okay. Come in with like a pretty light color. I don't want to totally fill it in entirely, because I'll lose some detail. So if I let it dry first, it might be better. I mean, we can come back in and put detail in too, but. Okay, there's also like, I don't like the way that ended up, because I think it bled under. Darn it. There's like the same yellow dots on the actual cactus itself where the spines, some spines come out. Not every little spot has a spine. So we're just gonna kind of, where it's dry, put some little dots, sort of. They kind of look a little bit brown, but I'm gonna make mine yellow. I'm gonna have to get the rest dry, so I'm gonna get it dry the rest of the way, and then I'll come back and do some more of the dots. I'll be right back. All right, so I'm back, and these are all dried. Those dots are still a little wet, but that's fine. We're just worrying about getting dots on the other parts now. I'm so happy for my sister and my niece, because my niece is going to have a baby, and of course her husband, of course. But it's just very exciting. We haven't had little ones in our family since my kids were little. So yeah, it's been a very long time. So it's very exciting and I'm very happy for them. It will be nice to have a little one around. I mean, I won't probably get to see the baby much, but it's just fun. It's what happens when everybody lives far. But jobs and whatnot, you know. And obviously these are just meant to be random and whatever. Don't have to be precise about it at all. I think the little ones have quite as many, or maybe you just can't see them as well. Okay, and then I'm going to water this down quite a bit to do the rest of the flower. Not too much. And then I'm going to come back with a little bit of brown, I think. And a little bit of this. Just want to get a little more detail in here. Sorry, got the allergies the last 2 days have been going crazy. Probably all that rain we had and wind. Just kind of doing little squigglies and dots and things in there just to give it some, I don't know, dimension and whatever. Okay, so I'm going to get that all dry, take the tape off, and erase any pencil marks I see, and I will be right back. Okie dokie, so we're kind of looking like a cactus teddy bear at the moment. But we're going to see if we can do some doodles, because I had it all bled down there and around there. You know, some days. So I'm using a micron 10 and a micron 8. So we'll see which one we like better. The 10's pretty thick, but on watercolor paper, the microns aren't super happy. So sometimes it works better to use a thicker one, just because you get, you know, more ink flow. And I'm going to do some of the little spines, hopefully, sticking out. And they're not, excuse me, the little spines aren't on every single dot. I mean, there probably are if you got really close, but like some have really long ones, and then there really aren't a whole lot else, you know. So just got to kind of decide how you want to do it. I'll do some more over here. I'm trying to draw them straight, and I keep doing sort of like a curve thing. I think I'm gonna have to use the 8. Or I wonder if the best laid plans, right? Try this one too. This one does better with if you want to do this squiggly thing, but it doesn't really love the paper. There's not a whole lot I can do to fix that down there. Try this again. What's this? The 8. Sometimes you just got to push harder, but that also can get you in trouble. You kind of just got to move fast, sort of. I don't know. Like sometimes they work really good and other times not so much. So it is what it is. And if you draw on the watercolor, they're not happy at all. But I think it's that way with any fine liners because I've had that problem before with fine liners. They're just super picky about inks. On these other ones, I'm going to kind of just do some little dotty, squiggly sort of things just to give them something. Now, you can do yours however you like to do it. I'm not saying you have to do it the way I'm doing it. Because a lot of people don't like the squigglies or they just want just the watercolor, and that's awesome. I just like the extra doodles. Still looks a little bit like a purple teddy bear. Oh my gosh. I think I'm going to continue with this and then I'll worry about the flower. I do like the way the flower came out. Not sure if it's really right, but it looks okay. Sometimes it just helps to rotate your pen too, because then you get to a side that doesn't have paint on it. Yeah, so sorry about no video on the 4th. I didn't figure a whole ton of people. I mean, yes, definitely from not in the United States. So I do apologize to you guys. It's just a little crazy on these holidays because I'm going to have barbecue and family around. Well, part of the family around. Okay. Hopefully that's looking okay. I don't know. Not my best, I'm gonna say. Maybe cactus aren't me thing. I mean, it's okay. Oh, I forgot to erase the lines. What do I do with my big eraser? I don't know what I did with it. Sometimes they won't erase under the paint, but a lot of times they will. Not perfect, but we will. It's always the tricky part because you want them to sort of be realistic, but Sometimes they're hard to freehand, I feel like. Never been super great with flowers. I struggle with like the, you know, what's facing this way and what's going the other way and all that. Perspective, I guess. This won't. See, it just kills the markers. This could be the start of another one over there. If I can get this. So crazy, because you kind of feel like watercolor isn't very thick or something. I don't know, but anyway, the markers don't like it. But I like the markers, so yeah, it's just not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Okay, I think we're gonna call it. Oh, except I do kind of want something on the background. I didn't even think of that. I was gonna paint a little bit of coffee first, and I totally spaced it. So much for that idea. We'll do a little purple splatter, because splatter always helps, I think. If it's not your thing, then do it. Maybe a little bit of the green. Oopsies. Got a little carried away there. Getting it everywhere but on the actual picture, I think. Okay. That is my purple cactus. That kind of looks like a purple teddy bear with a flower over its ear. I hope you guys give it a try, though. It is super fun. It's just fun to do these. Something different. And would be fun in a journal for sure, as a journaling card or something like that. So anyway, hope you guys try it, and I will see you again soon. Love you guys. Bye.